thank you, Alexis, for making my lifelong dream of digitally recording a red parrot come true. Interpret it as you please.
My pleasure.
I gotta stop there. Time concerns. Wow. One great poet after another, Joe Gardner.
Thank you. Fantastic work. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
The first piece I'm going to read was the first piece that was published of mine here in California by Kingfisher back in 2011. And the rest I'm going to do is out of a book I'm working on now about Lakewood, where I live. This is called In the Shadow of the Bomb. We never had a chance. An entire generation raised by grandparents in the state. Television taught us reading, writing, math, and morality. Sesame Street, Electric Company, 321 Contact, Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Grain Jeans, Romper Room, please call my name, and God keep him well, Mr. Rogers. Children in the shadow of the bomb while our parents like summer grasshoppers squandered our future away. Pledge of Allegiance and bomb drills. The Russians are coming on a failing wave of domino theory communism, and the Berlin Wall still stood ugly and tall. All hyped up after watching Red Dawn at the theater with fathers and uncles screaming Wolverines as we ran through the park, gathered around the television glow to watch the day after, when we still wanted to be firefighters and astronauts. We never had a chance watching the Challenger explode 5th grade with our house key around our necks, to come to empty home to watch more TV when sitcoms were funny. Rerun pop walking on What's Happening, Happy Days and An Alien Named Mork, MASH and Sanford and Son, and primetime was for adults. But if you're good and quiet, maybe you get to watch some Hill Street Blues or catch a bit of Miami Vice if you're really lucky. Saturday mornings were cartoons, combat, and kung fu theater. And always moving on up were the Jeffersons, and then the Bunkers all in the family. Do you remember when George and Archie met? Remember how they showed us we really weren't that different? Do you remember your house key around your neck? Do you remember when we had a chance? Thank you. So I live in East Lakewood as opposed to the Lakewood that DJ Waldy always writes about, so I handled the other side of the river and the freeway. This is called 200 Blocks East Lakewood. Where you see wore out, busted up cars and overgrown yards filled with weather-faded toys and shopping carts on the cracked sidewalks, apartment complexes and empty lots, run-down rental homes. I see third-hand chariots of hope, green worlds for children's imaginations, dogs and playthings still well-loved, signs that someone got dinner. The past reminds you always about your mama, and a whole bunch of little homes making the best of life. I see an old man loving that 20-year-old little Toyota that keeps him from having to walk to work. Mothers and fathers just happy that they're able to have a yard for the kids and the dogs and the toys. Kids running around happy and not hungry, laughing out the warning, step on a crack, break your mama's back. Families grateful to be in a house. Young couples just starting out in their first apartment. And a few open spaces for the cats to hunt. Thank you. East Lakewood stories. I ended up being a crystal meth dealer all through Lakewood and the Gardens. My brother was taken from us in a terrible car accident. We were the Centralia Hill Boys. Spider slung me some mink. I graduated from Artesia High School. I didn't kiss a girl till I was in college. I got shot on Norwalk. I take care of my mom and dad and grandmother. We still live in the same house. I'm the only one who speaks English in my family. My cousin got shot in Albertus. Nate Dogg lost his mind on Walcroft, and no one's seen Jose since '96. I was living on 215th when the home invasion happened. I got married in that backyard. Banner's Market was my first job. I still can't believe Jason killed himself. We used to ride our horses along the riverbed. I was homecoming queen in '77, back when this was Derry Valley. Me and Chris were the only real punkers. 3 generations of us have graduated from Artesia High School. I used to play Dungeons and Dragons at Comics Unlimited. I bought my first monitor from Lloyd's Pets. I walk Randerson Park in the morning before sunrise. Sebastian died right there on Del Amo. Old Toonie Tiger lived next door forever, it seemed. We had ordered the vegetarian pizza, no cheese from Mia Mori's. Our family owned the asylum on the corner of 208. I should have sold in '95 when the Japanese were buying. I spent 20 years trying to get back here. Mimi in the Park of Lost Toys. She was still young. Her first memories of home was a weekly rate motel in Rancho Cucamonga back when she was first called Mimi. Then one day they moved. Got that nice home, all the whole family come together. Even her old brother came down to live there. It was like Christmas lasting forever, and right next door was a park with a sandpit playground. Her surprise was genuine the first time she left her toys in the park to pick up back where she left off after getting called home by Grandma Bev for lunch. She cried and was so mad. Someone took all her stuff. It broke her father's heart, and slowly the lost toys were replaced, but she always carried that memory of loss. Never again, she swore, would she be taking the fool, never knowing that it'd be her heart that would leave her lost like her toys in the park. She has 2 boys of her own now, and a grandbaby growing like a wild sprout. She lives up north, far away from that park, where her toys got lost. Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels racetracks. Safety orange synthetic snapback cracks laid across the backs of ass and legs ensured that I learned from past mistakes. That was the last Christmas I had any interest in Hot Wheels, or Matchbox, or cars in general, generally speaking, with the exception of the General Lee and the Dukes of Hazzard in the 80s, was still too cool, destined to become old school. Daisy Duke set in the trend that raised the standard of the rear end, that ushered in the Knight Rider, black armored Cyclops, red eye glowing, hit turbo boost, power brake into a slide, into the understanding that Herbie the VW Bug paved the road of Mad Max Road Warrior Fury. Thirsty quest for petrol, and a clever man keeps a knife hidden under the bumper of his shackled up hot rod. Cannonball Run, Thunder Chicken, Smokey, and the Bandit. Whoever knew that Bert would fall and come back with or without the mustache? Long way today from Deliverance, back in Georgia, Boss Hagen, leading the fall in the 6 times fast and furious like those safety orange Hot Wheels racetracks. Shamble, stumble, slow shuffle. 2 broken people, nothing left but each other. Down the sidewalk, shamble, stumble, slow shuffle. Hand in hand, nothing but each other, like a rusted plow in a weather-beaten barn. They stop, as he kneels upon unsteady knees and ties her shoes, first the left, then the right. While slowly gaining his feet, her crabapple face splits into a smile that reveals the beauty hidden beneath the miles. Takes her hand in his again. Shamble, stumble, slow shuffle. Down the sidewalk, heading down Norwalk Boulevard. He says, voice creaking like a dry leather saddle, we're almost there. The doctor's going to have the fix, and I got cotton mouth, and I'm sick too, honey. But I got the spoon, and you got the harpoon, and before you know it, we're going to be dancing on the moon. Shamble, stumble, slow shuffle. It's been a while since I've done much reading. This is called Anthony. They had lived there for near 20 years. She was a single mother. She raised her kids on her own like so many others here on this side of the river. The workers have been there for about a week now. New windows and carpets, fresh paint. There was an old beaten down couch and a wore out pressboard dresser out on the curb. Final notice that they're not coming back. Her boy was a small kid on the block. When he was younger, he would whine a lot about fare. His mama caught him smoking and cut off all his long hair. She was hard but fair. She warned him about the smoking. Anthony turned out to be one of the good kids. I used to see him and his girl, the same girl year after year, riding their bikes or just holding hands walking down 208. I haven't seen them in a while now. I like to think him and his girl, maybe they moved on to bigger and better things. Maybe he went on into the army and they got married. Maybe she's in school and he's working the night shift. Maybe they got a kid and another on the way. Either way, Anthony was a good kid. This is called Walking the Lakewood Morning. At the corner, I see OK Liquors, where the last payphone stands lonely guardian of yesterday's communication. Turn left on Centralia, walking slow up the hill. 605 north and south beneath me, a bridge over a busy sea of steel and light. The tires slapping the asphalt sounding just like the ocean, while the sheriff's nosy bird spotlighting my neighborhood, sirens crying down Pioneer, crossing Carson into the gardens. Low sea fog creeping like a stalker through Ryerson Park, perfect cover, broken by the glow of my cigarette. As I follow the San Gabriel River north, mind crowding with the ghost song of fabled felled youth. Swinging back down the Del Amo Hill, heading back to the 208, past Haskell. That's the junior high where I spent the first half of 7th grade and the last half of 8th. Past Del Taco and the donut shop that used to be Mia Mori's Pizza. Roll south on Pioneer, remembering when Omega Burger used to be Duke's, when we used to meet. Coffee and cigarettes before first period at Artesia High School. Back on 208, the street is just coming awake. Cars are barking with the dogs and the nosy bird has been chased away by the rising sun and green parrots. I fall to my bed, remembering the names of yesterday. Thank you.